Hey guys, welcome to this special edition of Storytelling with Tarot, where we're gonna play a little murder game. Giselle posted recently a lovely video where she filmed the Cluedo episode with the Bohemian Gothic, I think, tarot deck. And when I watched her video, I was like, I really wanted to do one. Then I got sick, so I'm kind of a little late, but still Halloween is, like 2 days, so I'm not out of time. So I have the horror tarot for this episode, and I will try to do my best to explain how the game goes, and show you the cards and everything. And please play along and tell me who was your suspect before we find out who's gonna be murdered and who is the murderer and stuff like that. Hopefully there's gonna be enough space, because that's my usual setup and I wasn't thinking about really moving the camera more far away. But yeah, so how this game goes, of course we have the death card, and look at that. When the story starts, when we get the case, because we're gonna be the detectives, we're entering a horror-filled dark wood where unimaginable characters and events can take place. So we have the death card to signify that there has been a murder. And who was murdered? We're gonna find out. We have all, except obviously the death card, all the majors from this deck. Okay, I'm checking, I'm still in camera, okay. All the major arcana, some of them has been murdered, so let's find out. We're gonna see who met their unfortunate. Okay, and we're not taking two. That would be too much. Judgments. Okay. Someone was judged harshly, or maybe someone was murdered because they were judging others harshly. But if you look at it, it kind of feels like the judgment in this deck is a bunch of zombies. So our victims are a bunch of zombies, which is quite fitting for this time of year. Oh, let's put on that here to signify. We are gonna move on to finding out what was the murder weapon, which you could be like, oh, with zombies it could be the wands, but we don't know. In this game, the wands are the revolver, the swords are the daggers, the pentacles are blunt instrument. That's a very painful way to end your life. And cups are poison. So let's shuffle for a murder weapon, which will also tighten our suspect pool. It's very hard to shuffle just a few cards. I was hoping for some voice on. So we have the murder weapons. So far we have learned that a bunch of zombies were murdered by poison in the horror woods, which is quite fitting after the live stream I did with Richie and Ben yesterday, to be honest. And what we have is all the court cards. These were the suspects, and I couldn't show you all because there was not enough space. But how we eliminate some suspect is that because we have the Ace of Cups, it means that our suspects belong to the cup suit. So we're gonna keep the cups as main suspect, and we're gonna let go of the wands. I'm gonna just show you that they could, see as like a mummy. It's not the suspect, it's not our murderer, not the Queen of Wands, not the King of Wands. The Page of Pentacles looks like, it's too busy sleeping anyway. But they are not actually our murderers. So we can move on and find out who did it. So how to do this? Okay. Hopefully I'm gonna show you. So is it the Page of Cups? It's a creature living in a box, the one of those you need to wind up and they pop out and scare the living crap out of people. You could say that this suspect is a little less likely because they can't move that easily. But you know, let's not make assumptions because they might be one of those creepy dolls. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Oh, with Jack-o'-lantern. It's a very fast way to, you know, go around. The Knights, maybe they are not really working with poison. The obvious suspect, obviously, is the Queen of Cups because, you know, women likes to poison. But we also have the King of Cups, who has a bunch of other creatures around, dragony kind of gargoyle creatures, and they might feel threatened by the bunch of zombies we had. So let's put the victims and the murder weapon here. And what we're gonna do now is pull a few cards to see who has a motive to actually kill our zombies. I mean, who doesn't, if you think about it, but they all live in the same dark, horror-filled woods, so it doesn't necessarily means that they don't like each other by default. Nine of Cups with the Page of Cups. The Page has a 9. The Nine of Cups is absolute happiness, you know, being emotionally fulfilled. This could be that the Page is too busy being happy than to murdering a bunch of zombies. Or could it mean that the Page now is very happy because the murders took place and the zombies are no longer here? Let's see what the Knight of Cups is gonna get. Oh, Three of Cups, absolute celebration. I kind of don't feel either of these so far. One of them is, you know, emotionally all fulfilled and happy. The other one is having fun with other people. Yeah, I kind of don't feel like it, but doesn't mean, obviously, that they were not the murderers. We just don't know it yet. Okay, I'm gonna stop shuffling and just pulling cards. Let's see what the Queen of Cups. Ooh, Three of Pentacles, teamwork. Interesting that another 3 came out, because it could mean that, you know, she had to work with someone else to achieve this murder, because there are a bunch of zombies. It wasn't just one. It could be that the Queen had some help to murder, maybe. Oh, Six of Pentacles with the King. Well, you know, Six of Pentacles is usually being charitable, taking care of other people, so it doesn't really feel like it was the King. Next round. Seven of Wands with the Page. Okay. So we have the Nine of Cups and a Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is definitely when you feel like you have to protect yourself, and you know, zombies can be scary. Who do you think? Who do you think is the murderer? Oh, Ten of Wands for the Knight. There's a bunch of celebration, but there's also a lot of responsibilities to take care of. So it could be that the Knight killed the zombies out of feeling responsible to protect the forest, for example. Let's see. Nine of Wands. Oh, another one for the Queen. I still think the Queen is the murderer. I'm profiling and I'm judging her just by, you know, certain typical aspects of murder weapons and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it could be that the King, we're not gonna know that, but if the Queen is the murderer, it could be that she was working with the Page. if you think about it. There could be some, you know, the teamwork could be like that, because the Knight of Wands, again, you're done with the battle, you protected yourself. So, or it could be that someone else saw the queen attacked by the zombies and they felt like they had to protect her. Ooh, we have a Knight of Pentacles for the king. So yeah, again, feeling very independent and happy, and I mean, as happy as a king of cups can be in a horror-filled woods. But I don't feel like it's the king. We'll see. And last round, 6 of Wands, victory. The page is getting more suspicious. The page is getting more suspicious. 7 of Cups. Yeah, there's some hesitation, some procrastination. So maybe the Knight was supposed to, you know, fulfill their duties and protect the others from the zombies, and they didn't. Okay, 5 of Cups is loss. Who did we lose? It could be that, you know, someone took a revenge on behalf of the queen, so maybe that's why I felt like she was the main suspect. And the 5 of Pentacles, interesting. After all the good cards, we have an feeling isolated and lonely. Phew, okay, so let's see. It's not really helping me right now to tighten the suspect pool. So for the Page of Cups, we have the 9 of Cups, which is a very happy card. But we also have a 7 of Wands and a 6 of Wands. It could be that the page finally protected itself, you know, and reached a place where they are feeling happy, and maybe the zombies were picking on, you know, this creature. It could be. And they finally stood up for themselves. Or, like I said, they might have seen the queen suffer and fulfilled their duties that the Knight might not have done. Because we have the 3 of Cups, could mean that the Knight was spending too much time with friends, with drinking, you know, and not really fulfilling their duties. Because we have a 10 of Wands, which could be a responsibility card, and the 7th of Cups, which could indicate some procrastination. So it could be that the Knight was supposed to take care of things and they didn't. For the Queen, and you know, that's why the page had to step up. We have a 3 of Pentacles, teamwork, working well with others, but also the 9 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. And I kind of feel like she was expecting others to come to her aid, but she had to do it all alone, and she feels the loss she felt. Maybe that she lost those relationships, or a trust was lost, because the Knight, for example, wasn't coming at her aid, or the King, because the King was too busy to, you know, taking care of the ram, taking care of his side of the forest, with, you know, being a little too independent, which resulted in him actually feeling isolated, because the Queen is feeling not protected. So there's some rift in their relationship. We will see who's gonna be the next one. So at this point, comment down below, who is your main suspect? I would say mine is the Page of Cups, because the Knight was supposed to take care of the problem. It didn't. The King was supposed to notice the problem, because the Queen had the problem with the zombies, but they were not paying attention. So And if you think about it, the murder weapon would be fitting for a creature like that who's not as mobile as the knight or the king as well. But obviously, we have no idea, and we're gonna find out. Where are the majors? Okay, so how we're gonna find out who is the murderer is we're putting back the death card into the majors, and we're gonna shuffle and pull cards until we find the death card. And obviously I bet it's gonna be something like the knight, just to screw with my story. But okay, let's see who murdered a bunch of zombies at Halloween night, the night of Halloween, when the fires were starting to go out, when some extra eyeballs were laying around, making the murder a bit more tricky because they were paying attention. Ah! Okay, that was a quick one. I was expecting more card pulling, but at least we have the page as our murderer, so I'm very pleased with myself for deducting the devious plan that the page came up with, because I do feel like that the page murdered these zombies in order to protect the queen, because the page saw the queen suffering and saw that the knight was not actually fulfilling their duties to protect the queen, and the king was too busy ruling over this side of the forest. So the page actually stepped up, and maybe because they are, they are still the page, they overdid things, and instead of just punishing the zombies, they killed them all. But we have at least our murderers, and I'm quite pleased with myself. I hope this was a fun story to listen to, or a fun little game to play along. Please do let me know who was your main suspect and why. Did you think that they were the main suspect? And if you post anything like this, please do let me know, because I would like to watch it. And thank you so much for being here. Have a lovely Halloween. Have fun, enjoy yourself, drink responsibly, eat candy responsibly, and see you in the next one. Bye.